Hey guys, what's up? So in the previous video we saw how to define an instance method, and who actually calls that instance method. So in this video what we are going to look at is how to define a class method in Ruby. Okay, so we have already defined this class. Hello. Okay, so we have already defined this class hello, and we can see the instance method we have defined say_hi from our previous video. And after we are done with the definition of this class, we have created an object of this class hello, and then we called an instance method. So that was about the instance methods. Now we will see how to define a class method. To define a class method is actually also very easy. Def, again this method will start with def, then we will write self dot method name. Okay, so again let's have a class method with name say_hi, and let's put something else. Okay, and so we are done with the definition of this instance method. So here the only thing that is different of writing a class method from writing an instance method is this keyword self dot. Okay, so when you write it like self dot and then method name, then it becomes a class method, and when you just write the method name, then it becomes the instance method. Okay, so here when we call say_hi on the object of that class, then it will actually execute the instance method, because this is an instance, and if you call any method on that, then it will believe that you are calling an instance method. So it will go to this definition of puts hi to execute. Now we are going to call the class method. So whom do you call this class method upon? So this is a class method, so obviously it will be called upon the class object itself. It will not be called upon the objects of the class, it will be called upon the class itself. Okay, so our class is hello, so hello will be able to call this method. Okay, so hello say_hi. So in Ruby, you know, like everything is an object. So here this inst_1 is an object of class hello, and here hello is in itself a class object, and this class object will be able to execute the class methods which are defined for this class. Okay, so this is the way we will define a class method, and then we will call that class method. We will call that class method upon the class itself. Now we are going to run this file. So when we will run this file, then again it will define a class hello, it will define an instance method say_hi which will print hi, and then it will define a class method which will print ha, and then after that it will create an object of this class, and after that it will call say_hi on that object, which will eventually execute instance method say_hi, and then we will call say_hi method on the class, which will eventually execute the class method defined for that class. Okay, yeah, so here you can see that first it printed a hi, because hi is what we have defined in our instance method, because first we are calling the instance method on the instance. So whatever method you call on your instance, the Ruby is going to look at the instance methods defined in the class of the object you have called a method upon. And whenever you call any method upon the class object itself, then it will go into the definition of that class, and it will say if there is any class method defined with this say_hi. Now how will we know that this is a class, and how will we know that this is a class and this is an instance? Again, the conventions. So we started capital H, so it believes that okay, this is going to be some class. Okay, so that was about the class methods. So that was all. Hope things were clear. Later on we will see at more methods of creating methods, class methods, instance methods, but this is for this is for the time being. Okay, thank you.